Bismillah.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Toastmaster Shakshi Sukhnani, and I'm your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before we begin, I would like to go over a few online housekeeping rules to ensure a smooth and an enjoyable session. Number one, please keep your microphones muted unless you're speaking. Second, turn on your cameras if your connection allows. It helps us maintain a warm and an engaging environment. Third, if you experience technical difficulties, please message privately in the chat. Four, please rename yourself using this format, name and role. Kindly refrain from screen sharing unless requested by the Toastmaster of the day, and do not record the club meeting without club's permission. With that being said, I finally call this meeting to order. This is Books and Banter, meeting number 5. Let me now take you through the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in self confidence and personal growth. And with that being said, I will officially hand it over to the presiding officer. It is my pleasure to now hand over the control to none other than Toastmaster, a sweetheart, Toastmaster Amina Khanum. Toastmaster Amina Khanum, I don't have an introduction prepared, but I have a lot of words which I would like to say for you. So, she's somebody who has recently inspired me. Personally speaking, I see her as someone who is always ready to help people. She's ever she's ever innovative, ever creative, super energetic, does not say no to anything, and if she says yes to something, you know that it is going to end with a bang. There is no otherwise. Whenever I see her or whenever anybody sees her, they know that the quality is going to be super above than par because that is what she does and that is what she also aspires to be and achieve. With that being said, I would officially like to hand it over to you. Toastmaster Amina, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, our energetic Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sakshi, starting the meeting with a lovely positive note and a beautiful smile as always. I welcome you and everyone here to our fifth meeting of Books and Banters Toastmasters. I would like to declare the meeting open, meeting number 5 as open. Before we dive right into the meeting, I'd just like to share a few facts that I've come across recently um, in some work that I was doing for the district. So, as you all know, that we recently released a district program quality bulletin, which had a whole lot of stats. And that was inspired by this beautiful uh, fact sheet that Toastmasters has. And I thought I'd take this opportunity to share it with you all today, just to share some fun facts as well about Toastmasters. So, currently in Toastmasters, at least as of 2024, 2025, there were around 265,000 members, and 3 out of 4 members reported a decrease in their fear of public speaking. We have more than 94,000 paths started, more than 910 distinguished Toastmasters. And there was another interesting fact. Yes, more than 13,800 clubs across the globe. And that is, if I remember correctly, or there it is, 149 countries. So that's the reach of Toastmasters. That's the impact that Toastmasters is having across the globe. And How wonderful is it that we as Toastmasters get to be part of this magic? I'm honored to be a part of Toastmasters and very humbly a part of a wonderful club such as Books and Banters today. Books and Banters, as you all know, is a place where we book lovers come together to share our love for books. And for those who actually aren't very motivated to read, we'd like to inspire them to follow in our steps and join the action of spreading the love of books. And that's why we have today among us a few guests, and they've very graciously agreed to support us as role players as well. I'd like to hear from a couple of those guests before I actually invite our TMOD. We have visiting Toastmaster Amber, firstly. Toastmaster Amber, welcome to Books and Banters. Toastmasters, this is your first time at our club. How are you feeling and what brought you here? We can't hear you, you're on mute.
Good evening. Really, it's pleasing with you always, Toastmaster Amina. It's first time in Banks and Banter.
Books and Banter.
Books and Banter, sorry.
I wish we can
I'm
make
here
it
as a
Books, Banks,
grammarian.
and Banter someday. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today, Amber. We also have our Area 17 Director, Toastmaster Madhu, who's joining us today. Toastmaster Madhu, thank you so much for coming. We welcome you to our meeting and we'd like you to say a few words to our members before we begin.
Yeah, good evening, fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guest, and the new members. I would say prospective members. So it's a pleasure to join you today, and I was looking forward to being part of this meeting. And it's an honor to visit you for the first time. I would say thank you for welcoming me, and I would say that I'm looking forward to observing your meeting and understanding your club culture, which is quite different and interesting, and connecting with all of you. As the theme is quite interesting, I was trying to get what is it all about. So the notes on execution, and which reminds us the understanding of different perspectives. So that was quite interesting for me to also know, and the voices that you want to amplify, that's the message which I could get. So this is the same, the platform of Toastmasters. Like, we try to give the voice to the people, those who are quiet. So, quite apt theme. As area director, I was trying to conduct this planning, I would say, to conduct this moment of truth. But looking at the caliber and the seasoned Toastmasters, those who are running the club, I would be sharing keynotes with all of you, few slides, as well as a MS form, which you people can fill. I would just briefly tell you what is Moments of Truth. It is about the evaluation exercise for the club, how the meetings are to be conducted, how meetings can be the quality meetings, how the members are to be oriented. So all about the club meetings and the standards which we have to maintain for the clubs. So looking at the members and the strength of the club, I would say that you are doing a great job. And I would just request everyone after the meeting, if you can just fill the form and just go through the slides. That will give you an idea and insights that what the club quality meetings are all about. So looking forward to having fun with you. Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best, everyone. For any help, any support, I'm always there.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, Toastmaster Madhu. Let's have those claps. Guys, we need the clap emojis on our screens. Books and Banter is an online meeting. That doesn't mean the screen has to be quiet. We need those emojis coming in. So keep sharing those. Next up, we have our visiting Toastmaster, Toastmaster Shabana. Toastmaster Shabana, welcome back to Books and Banters. This is your second visit here. I'd like to hear a few words from you before we dive into the meeting.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and thank you, Amina, for inviting me again. Would you like me to go into my role, describe my role now, or would that be later? Okay. Yeah. I was intrigued by this theme, books themed Toastmaster club, since I first heard about it, and this is my second meeting. I love the way you've done it. I love how it's evolved. I think it's evolving really well, really quickly. Also, I think when I joined, I think it was the second meeting, if I'm not mistaken, and we discussed how we could take it forward. And I can see that some of those things are already really falling into place. So it's very exciting to see, and I'm very excited to be here. And inshallah, I do hope that maybe we can have something like this here as well. As far as I know, I don't think we have anything like this side of the Middle East. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shabana. And just for everybody's info, Toastmaster Shabana is joining us all the way from Ajman. Yes? Sharjah. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Shabana. We also have, I see a few others who I don't recognize. Shahida, is this the area director, Shabana, from your area director?
No, this
No.
isn't.
Shahida, are you a Toastmaster or just someone who has seen our posts and joined in today to know more about Books and Banter?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm not a Toastmaster. I'm just guest.
Wonderful. That's nice to hear. Welcome to Books and Banter, Shahida. Just please introduce yourself in a line and tell us what brought you here to this meeting today.
Mansoor Moiddin sir gave me your link, and I'm working as a office coordinator currently. Then what?
That's enough to start. We will
Okay.
pull some more words out of you later in the meeting. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the meeting today. Thank you so much for joining.
At the end of meeting, I will say I was in
Anytime.
Okay, thank you so much.
You. And we have Toastmaster Shahinaz and Toastmaster Waila. They are members of Qatar Mothers Toastmasters. Very quickly, ladies, introduce yourself to our members.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Waila from Qatar Mothers Toastmasters, and reading is my number one passion. So just the title, makes me interested. I read a lot. I read daily.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Waila, for gracing this meeting with your presence today. We also had Toastmaster Shahinaz. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm here again. The names presenting the meeting was enough to lure me here. And I know when you guys are doing something, it has to be amazing. So I couldn't miss this. I haven't read the book, but then I'm here to hear all about it.
Don't worry. For those who haven't read the book, we give you a little teaser of the book and make you want to read it. So not to worry. And thank you so much for joining us today. I know you've been wanting to join for a while, and it's nice to see you here today despite your really crazy schedule.
Thanks.
Thank you. And I have one last guest, and she is, I hope she's not still driving. That's Husna Sayed. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. I am sorry I am still driving, which is why my camera is not on. Thank you, Amina, for the invite for this lovely club. The name, of course, Books and Banter. I like to talk and I like to read, so both are amazing. And thank you. I hope I'm able to stick on to this because unfortunately, I think I'm going to be on the road for the next 1 hour as well.
Oh, that's our loss because I know you would have a lot to
online.
share.
It's just that I will not put the camera on if that's okay with you.
No worries, but please drive safe. and welcome to Books and Banter. And I hope you enjoy our meeting today. Now, very quick, let's dive into our meeting. Our meeting today is going to be led by a very dear friend of mine, another member of Qatar Mothers Toastmasters, as well as Books and Banter Toastmasters. She is an artist, she is a perfectionist, she is a person who really takes things to the next level. She's a mom of three and a powerhouse, I would say. Please join me in welcoming our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Samia Mariam. Toastmaster Samia Mariam, the screen is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Amina, for that introduction. Definitely, I didn't give you that. A warm good evening to all fellow Toastmasters. I hope I know Toastmasters of the day are not appreciating these emojis. I would like to hear from you. A very good evening, please.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, sweethearts.
Yes,
Good evening.
lovely. Good evening. I am honored to be your Toastmaster of the day and thrilled to introduce our theme inspired by the riveting and complex work of literary fiction, Notes on an Execution by Danya Kofavka. Danya Kofavka draws us into the dim, narrowing corridor of Ansel Pecker's final 12 hours. Yet, this is not the story of a killer waiting for death. Instead, the spotlight tilts hauntingly towards the woman who once orbited his life. Women whose shadows linger long after he tried to erase them. As the clock inches forward, the novel slips into their voices. Lavender, the mother who vanished to save herself. Safi, the detective who has spent years tracing the echo of violence. And Hazel, the twin who watched her sister drift towards Ansel's quiet, unsettling charm. Through their interwoven lives, Kufavka unravels the myth of the brilliant killer with a steady, unflinching hand. She shows how violence does not strike once, it seeps, it spreads, it settles into the corners of homes and hearts. The book becomes a whispered meditation on the invisible stories of women, on the slow burning trauma they carry, on how society forgets the wounded while remembering the one who wounded them. This novel is not a thriller, it's a reckoning, haunting, deliberate, and full of questions that refuse to fade. As Ansel's final hour approaches, the narrative shifts like a shadow on a wall. It becomes less about what he did and more about the woman who must live in the wake of his choices. Notes on an Execution is ultimately a story of accountability and memory, but also of the quiet courage of those who refuse to disappear. It is filled with the soft heartbreak, the kind that settles in the space between what was taken and what was never restored. Each woman carries her own grief of leaving, of surviving, and of realizing that justice, even when delivered, cannot fully heal. Kufavka writes with rare tenderness, making every emotion pulse with intimacy, while never slipping into sentimentality. The feelings drift through the narrative like an undercurrent, sorrow, anger, resilience, and a fierce desire to reclaim the story from the man who once controlled it. And when the final pages close, you are left with a quiet heaviness, but also a fragile, flickering hope in the strength of women who rise, speak, and endure, even when the world tries to forget them. Having said this, I will move on with the session. Just as every story depends on those who watch closely, measure time, and listen between the lines, our meeting too has its silent guardians. Let me now introduce the role players who will keep today's session flowing. Our timer for today, who keeps track of time and ensures a smooth pace, please welcome Alvia Yusuf. Alvia Yusuf, a proud mom of two energetic boys and a woman on a mission. She joined Toastmasters to conquer her fear of public speaking and connect with inspiring leaders. Alvia Alvia embraces life one day at a time, welcoming its challenges and joys with grace. She loves meeting new people, making friends, and growing through shared experiences. She believes that with this community, she will not only become a better speaker, but a better version of herself. Please welcome Alvia, who will now explain her role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for this wonderful introduction. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. As a time,
You're muted, Alvia.
okay. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. As a timer for today's meeting, my role is to help each and every speaker to honor one of the most important principles of Toastmasters, that is, speaking within the time limit. I'll be monitoring the time duration for each and every segment, which is the table topic, prepared speeches, the debate session, and the evaluation. The green here will mean that the speaker has reached the minimum time limit, yellow will indicate you are midway, and red will indicate that your time is up. After your time is up, you will be given a grace period of 30 seconds. This is the green, which will indicate that you have reached your minimum time limit. Here you are midway, and red will indicate that you have reached your maximum time limit. After this, you will be given a grace period of 30 seconds. The prepared speech is for 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, where 5 is the minimum and 7 is the maximum time limit. The table topic session is from 1 to 2 minutes, where 1 is the minimum and 2 is the maximum time limit. The evaluation is from 2 to 3 minutes. Apart from that, we also have a debate session where the opening will be of 5 minutes each. Rebuttal will be for 5 minutes. That is the maximum time limit, which will be from 4 to 5 minutes. I'm sorry. And the closing will be for 3 minutes. And the total time duration for the debate session will be 26 minutes. That's all from my side. And when I'll be called upon by the general evaluator, I'll present my report. That's all from my side. Over to Toastmaster already. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alvia, for that brief instructions. Our next role player is the R counter, who listens for filler words and keeps us mindful of our speech habits. Meet Salma Shaibub, a master's student, a pharmacist in charge at VIP Clinic, and the vibrant face of medical episodes on the Care and Cure Instagram page. Energetic, helpful, and creative. Salma loves drawing, singing, dancing, and bringing warmth wherever she goes. Please welcome Salma, who will explain her role. Salma, are you there?
She's disconnected.
Maybe.
Let's move on to the next role player. We can come back to her.
Let's move on. Our grammarian, the next role player is our grammarian who will guide us in using language more powerfully and beautifully. Meet Amber Arif, a proud mom of two, a devoted wife, and a creative spirit who thrives in painting, crafting, and digital design. Amber joined Toastmasters in January 2025 to grow as a speaker and as a person. She believes in self learning, self improvement, and creating spaces where everyone feels heard. She loves to speak, perfectly or not, and loves to listen even more. Please welcome Amber, who will now explain her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for this warm introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear leaders. Today, I'm delighted to be your grammarian. As a grammarian, I have to listen carefully to the language throughout the meeting. I will note the beautiful phrase and strong vocabulary, good pronunciation, and also any areas where we can improve our grammar and clarity. Today word of the day is indwelling. Indwelling meaning existing deep within a person, an inner quality, emotion, or belief that lives inside someone. Example in a sentence: the novel explores the indwelling fears and hopes that shape a person's action. I encourage all speakers to use this word during the meeting. If you do, I will happily acknowledge it and in my report. And thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Amber. Our next role player is our listener who pays attention to the finer details we may overlook. Meet Shabana, an inspiring educator and entrepreneur who has been shaping young minds through her own preschool in India for the past 16 years. A lifelong book lover, Shabana enjoys everything from thrilling mysteries to stories celebrating women. Since May 2025, she has been bringing her passion for communication and leadership to the stage as a Toastmaster. Please welcome Shabana, who will now explain her role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for that lovely introduction. So I'm going to be listener for this meeting. My duty as a listener will be to listen very carefully to the proceedings of the meeting, and I will be picking out little tidbits of information here and there, and I will be designing questions based on that information so that I can check how many of you have been paying attention. This will happen at the end of the meeting. Yeah, so over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Shabana. For those who are new or joining as guests today, our meeting has three main segments. One, the prepared speeches. The second is the table topics, and last is the general evaluation. To start with the first segment, we have one prepared speech for today. Our speaker for today brings her own spark to the stage, and she will be evaluated by Seema Farheen. Seema, please share the purpose of her speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the warm welcome. My star speaker, Sakshi. Her speech title is Perhaps the New Me. Her project is L1P1, Pathway, Presentation Mastery. The purpose of the statement of the speech is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. All the best, Sakshi, and over to you, TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you. Our speaker, Shakshi Sukhnani, is a talented fintech graduate with a sharp mind and a fresh perspective. Please join me in welcoming Shakshi Sukhnani on the stage. Shakshi, ready? Shakshi Sukhnani, perhaps the new me. Perhaps the new me. Shakshi Sukhnani. Over to you.
Before I start, just a small clarification. Icebreaker speeches are for 4 to 6 minutes. So I'll be speaking between that range. Old me was good. New me is a better addition. Old me was good. New me is a better addition. This is something that I'm coming to terms with as I'm navigating my now corporate journey. For those who don't know who I am the baby of Toastmasters. You don't believe it? No worries. Just watch me come into one of those in person meetings, and then you will see that how I'm treated by fellow Toastmasters. My cheeks still get pulled, I get warm hugs, and whenever people go by, they say, "Who is this small kid? What is she doing here?" Whenever I go into these meetings, I realize that, oh, I'm so small. I still have so much more to explore. In fact, that was my thinking until this May, because after that, I graduated. And now I'm with a new reality that I have, in fact, ventured into the corporate world, and I'm not this baby anymore. I am a big grown corporate woman. Let me tell you some aspects of my corporate life. Right after I graduated, I went into an internship which was of operations coordinator. I was directly supposed to report to the CEO of Happenings. And whatever issues people had, they used to come to me. To be frank, it was hard and challenging. You have the CEO speaking from this side, you have the teammates speaking from this side, and you are at the center of it. I so wished I could go back to uni and be babied again. I realized that there is responsibility on my shoulder. I'm a big girl after all. Currently, I am working as a finance analyst at a startup. To be frank, ever since I graduated in fintech, which is in May 2025, I always wanted to experience working at a startup in a role to see whether I'm actually fit for finance or not. But to be frank, it's actually terrifying. People looking at me with expectations, telling me, Sakshi, that these are the deadlines. And here you cannot even ask for grace period because it's not uni anymore. You cannot make that sad face because the person who's standing in front of you is not your father, is not your professor, is not running a charity, and in fact is doing something to make money. Over time, I have learned that this transition of my life is bittersweet. It is hard to let go of the uni phase and actually step into the corporate world. But hey, the good thing is, I'm learning something new about me every day. I knew I was good at certain things, and now I'm better at it as I've ventured into my corporate life, simply because I get to do those things even more. Example, using Excel, using Notion, something that I'd only studied in uni, and now I actually get to apply it. But why am I telling you all of this? The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because it is really hard to accept change. It is really hard to accept that, okay, I have to step out of my comfort zone now. And this is what exactly I'm going through. I believe that this will help me become the new me. Do you want to know some other aspect of my life though? This was too cooperative. There is something else as well. Ever since I got into Toastmasters, I just realized one thing, that I have a knack of public speaking for sure. But I realized that over time, I was just walking Toastmasters, sleeping Toastmasters, eating Toastmasters, everything was Toastmasters. Then I thought, hey Sakshi, now you seem to have developed some public speaking skill. Let's try incorporating it into something else. So I got into debating. I got accepted as an ambassador for the Doha Debates program. In fact, last week, I did a live town hall debate with two professors and one doctor. To be frank, the experience was scary. To be among 20 people on stage, live to be debating with two professors and one doctor wasn't easy. In fact, right before the live show, I was about to run to my mom and say, Saksh, I cannot do this. Let's leave the hall right now. But a good thing was, I still stepped up. I still sat there with those nervous jitters and I still spoke. And that is when I realized that behind the face of fear, there's always courage. And sometimes, to in fact become the new you, you have to take that step. It's fine if you're nervous, if you are fearsome, that's okay, but still do it. So, with these learnings that I am going through my life right now, I'm actually coming to the terms that is this perhaps the new me? Well, I leave this to you. You have seen me then, you have seen me now. You can think for yourself. That is the Sakshi, the new one, the old one. But for me, I will still say the same thing that the old me was good, but the new me is a better addition. That is it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Amazing. Amazing, Sakshi. Moving on, we have a debate segment now. And speaking of leadership and mastery of words, we are fortunate to have someone who embodies both. Guiding us through today's debate with insight and experience, we have Amina Khanum. She doesn't need any kind of introduction, but just two lines for her. She is the power performer for the district as well as for my club. And please join me in welcoming Amina Khanum, our debate moderator. Over to you, Amina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samia. This is perhaps the most exciting part of today. I actually, no, I take that back. Every part in Books and Banter is exciting. Every activity we do is exciting. So scratch that. Let's go back. So, debate. Our topic today is, are murderers born or made? And we have two teams presenting opposing viewpoints. Each segment has a fixed time limit, and the speakers will present in the following order. First, we have Toastmaster Dilip. So, to introduce him, Toastmaster Dilip Nally is the TLI co-chair. He is the district webmaster and one of the district's most reliable go-to leaders. Whether it's stepping in at the last minute or introducing new tech-driven solutions, his commitment and creativity keep our district moving forward. Speaker number 2 in the 4 team is Toastmaster Salma. She is a master's student and a pharmacist in charge in a VIP clinic. She is also the face of a medical episodes on the Care and Cure Instagram page. She is super active, helpful, and a sociable person. A woman of many talents, which include art, drawing, playing, singing, dancing, and the most important of all, making people laugh. The next team is the team that will be against the theme, Are Murderers Born or Made? And this comprises of two power-packed speakers. First is Dr. Nisha Muhammad, an Ayurvedic doctor who turned into an entrepreneur. She's a Toastmaster from 2023, currently president of BRS Toastmasters from District 127 and a very talented VPPR of Books and Banter Toastmasters. Please let's have a round of applause for her. And speaker number 2 of the team that is speaking against today is our Power Pack speaker, Toastmaster Shakshi Sukhnani, a passionate Toastmaster who began her journey in 2021. She holds a degree in banking and fintech, as was mentioned before. She's guided by her personal motto, push to succeed, and continues to inspire fellow Toastmasters to strive for excellence. She has served as Area 13 Director in 2024-2025, currently serving as Assistant Division D Director Program Quality, and as she mentioned in her speech, has recently been part of the Doha Debates program as an ambassador. So with all these wonderful speakers, let me explain to you the speaking order. So we will start with the opening statements, where each speaker will be speaking for 5 minutes. Then it will be followed by rebuttals with 5 minutes each again for each speaker, and closing statements will be for 3 minutes each. And our timer, Toastmaster Alvia, will help us keep the speakers within their allotted time. At the end, as she shows red, I will mute the speakers just to ensure that we don't go above the stipulated time. Now let's begin with the opening statements. Speakers, are you ready? Let me just spotlight the speakers.
Yes,
I need everybody to have your videos on to be able to spotlight. Just a sec. Sakshi as well. Salma. Salma, you need to start the video because I can't spotlight you otherwise. Okay. And let me also add our timer to the spotlight so we don't miss her out. Okay, are you ready, speakers?
yes.
Brilliant. So starting the debate today and presenting the first opening statement, we have Toastmaster Dilip. Toastmaster Dilip, we'd like to hear your thoughts. Your time starts now.
Good evening, all. Thank you, moderator, esteemed members of opposition, and all my dear Toastmasters. The question before us is today stark. Are murderers the inevitable product of a bad environment, or do they carry darkness within them right from birth? We contend tonight that the murder is not merely made by the world, is a tragic result of an indwelling principle, a pre-existing biological script that sets him on him or her on a path towards violence. On the environment might activate but never fully create. Let's touch upon on the biological aspect of it, the inner force. To argue with this motion, hard data, core data of neuroscience says we can see the difference between a murderer's brain as well as a non-murderer in their childhood. Not in their report cards, but in their brain tissues. The so-called prefrontal cortex, PFC, is the rational braking system of our brain. It is proven in violent offenders, studies show have reduced volume and activity in that braking system, which is because they become violent, and they're born with a diminished capacity for impulse control, planning, and moral reasoning. And the second aspect comes the amygdala, the AMYDLA, amygdala. This is a center for emotion and fear on all the human beings. And this is often underreactive or underactive in psychopaths. The result is a profound indwelling deficit of empathy. So innately, they don't fear the fear of punishment, and crucially, they cannot truly process any pain or distress of their victims. This is not a learned trait. It is a hardwired absence of morality. The second aspect is also I touch upon on the genes of the murderer. The gene-environment interaction. Biology loads the gun, and the environment only pulls the trigger. We know the gene variants, like low activity version of the MAOA gene, the so-called warrior gene, correlate directly with the severe aggression. Alone, a person with this gene may be fine, but combined with early life trauma during his childhood, the vulnerability is amplified exponentially. The biological tendency is what determines who is vulnerable to the environmental stresses and who is resilient. And finally, the testimony on I would like to touch on today's book, the notes on the execution. Look at Dania Kulfaf's novel, The Notes on Execution, which forces us to confront this very question through the life of a serial killer in the novel, that's Ansel Packer. The book is powerful while it rightly focuses on the devastating external consequences of his actions on the women around him, his mother, his sister-in-law, the detective. It also hints at his inherent nature. Before his life spiraled into an environmental turmoil, we see in the novel that he has an early casual cruelty in Ansel, where one of the circumstances, his childhood moments, where he tears the head of a small animal. That's his inborn instinct. This is a manifestation of an indwelling principle. The darkness, that fundamental flaw, was already existing within him and as well as in all the murderers. The trauma and the abandon may have been provided fuel to these people, who in turn become murderers in their life. In the inherent capacity of this consciousness was the present from the start. So in conclusion, it's scientifically proven that murders are born because of be it biological issues in terms of the neurological activities or the genome, which they consider. So while only the external factors like your surroundings, the people, might add fuel to the fire. Over to you.
Right on time. Next up, we have Toastmaster Nisha presenting the second opening statement. Please welcome Toastmaster Nisha with a round of applause. Toastmaster Nisha, the screen is all yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my worthy opponent. Today, the proposition is trying to say something. It is inevitably written conclusion. Some people are born with DNA, saying they are murderers. We team opposition right how cut that statement. Today, we want to prove you murderers are not born. Rather, they are tragically, painstakingly created due to various factors. On the context of book, we don't have to search further. Come to Ansel Parker. Was Ansel Parker born from the bomb's womb saying, I'm going to be a serial killer, I'm going to kill 4 ladies? No, he was born as any normal kid. But something was different. Science and everyone say the fundamental years of development in a child is very important. And where did Ansel grew? In an abusive environment, an abusive father, and a mother who had jumped into this relation very early on stage, who didn't had a clue how to fight this, how to come out of this. The poor kid was subjected to trauma in the formative years itself. Then, secondly, his mother, escaped from this, planning an escape route for her kids also. How? In a way of abandonment. The kid who is already subjected to trauma stands there without understanding what is happening in his life. The only information he had gathered is from the cruelty of the environment he had grown. From there, he's tried to believe his infant brother is dead. Throughout the book, he say he hears a scream. What is all that about? All the trauma, all the insecurity he faced in life. And where is he growing the further years? In foster care. It is already proven. If a kid or a child don't have a stable house, rather than starting his journey from one foster house to other foster house, where is that stability? Where is the intervention which is needed for a grieving child? He didn't get any of that. So this boy, as growing age, started showing violent actions. And there we go. Oh, a criminal, born criminal. But was he born criminal? This was his solution to try to control a life which didn't had any control. And why did he do that? This was the earlier example he had, his controlling abusive father. So he took up that. He started the path of violence. Could it be there someone who could have guided him, his emotions to the right track? He didn't receive that. Here at this point, many may argue, like the detective in the book, Safi. She also endured trauma, but she turned into a detective. Ansel turned into a serial killer. So, is murderers made? Of course, every human reacts to a situation or environment differently. At a point of time, if there is some person or some support or some interventions which can bring out the positivity, which can bring down the negativity, creating the positive environment, there the change happened. Safi or Saffron Singh was lucky to move on the positivity, whereas Ansel, he couldn't do that. So there may be so many reasons, science, amygdala, how our brain works and everything. But there is a humane touch which can overcome all these and can create a person, a nobleman or a murderer. Saying this, our team opposition conclude that if we say murderers are born, we are simply avoiding the broken houses, the silent cries for help. We are just creating an easy escape mechanism to the society, saying murderers are born. But the fact is, we create a monster which we then try to destroy, saying that serial killer should be executed. We team stood firm, opposing the motion murder.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nisha, with a strong opening from both our speakers. Let's see what's in store in rebuttal. Toastmaster Salma, I hope you are ready. We move now into the rebuttal segment, and speaking in the first rebuttal round is none other than Toastmaster Salma. Salma, you have 5 minutes and your time starts now.
Am I audible? Great. Thank you so much, Team With, for your amazing notes. But let me just give you a few points which definitely will change your mind. First of all, you as opposing team arguing that murders are made by the environmental factors and so on. I'll just move these a little. But what I would like to share is that research shows that biology plays a major role. Some individuals are born with higher risk of violent behavior due to their genetics and brain chemistry. Without this biological foundation, environmental factors alone often do not lead to extreme violence. So let me first explain what is MAOA, which was pointed out by my partner. It's a warrior gene. This gene that controls brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, which influence the self-control, mood, and impulsivity. People with low activity of this gene, which we call it warrior gene, have less control over aggressive impulses. And I'm not here going to talk about the gene, but let me give you some facts from research that are in a well-known platforms like PubMed. And I'm 100% sure Dr. Nisha knows much more about this platform. So first, we have some laboratory evidence that shows that men with low activity of MAO were more aggressive when provoked with hot sauce experiment. Imagine, hot sauce experiment. One man showed low activity of MAOA were more aggressive than the normal man has no deficiency in this gene. Second, criminal evidence, a study of the association of low activity MAOA allelic variant with violent crime found that violent offenders were more likely to carry the low activity MAOA gene again. And the brain imaging PET scans in Meyer 2006, a study that is titled with Brain Monoamine Oxidase A activity predict trait aggression, shows that low MAOA activity change brain chemistry even. So imagine what this can do for a human being who's having such kind of deficiency. And so many other studies is there. Just explore PubMed and you will find even more. Heritability of violence, even twin and adoption studies estimate that genetic explains roughly 50 to 55% of violent offending risk. This confirms that biology is a major factor, not just a minor influence, in why some individuals become violent. So many people grow up in trauma, poverty, or violence, yet never become murderers. And we have these among us, friends, relatives, and so on. They won't be murderers because of some traumas they have in their life. This shows that environment alone is insufficient, but the biological predisposition is necessary for extreme violent behavior. So gene like low activity MAOA creates really an impact. An environment may trigger it, but without the gene, most people remain nonviolent. So in summary, evidence from genetic, neuroscience, and long-term studies shows that biology lies the foundation for violent behavior. An environment may trigger or amplifies the risk, but murders are often born with a predisposition toward aggression. That's all from my side. Over to you, moderator.
Wow. I'm dumbfounded. Let's hear what Toastmaster Sakshi has to say. Toastmaster Sakshi, are you ready? Our next rebuttal comes from Sakshi, and your time starts now.
So, firstly, thank you to my fellow teammates and my worthy opponents. A lot of data was being discussed. But if you look at this argument, it is not about what part or how many people have that gene or not. The overall crux is one, that is the majority turning into murderers or are they being made? At least this is how I would like to look at it. I believe somebody mentioned a research from PubMed, and I happened to look at it as well. Even the quote says that only 1% of people until now have been actually exempted of exempted of death sentence. Only 1% based on insanity. That is the biological aspect we are talking about. Even if you talk about PubMed, I did happen to look at it as well. It is said that less than 20% of people actually have qualities that translate them into murderers. Now I think somebody also mentioned being violent. Exactly. Being violent does not make anybody a murderer. So I definitely believe that murderers are still born because even though there is a gene, somebody mentioned activating the gene. That activation is solely by external factors. Personally, I have seen so many people that have actually been brought up in a way that they actually had traumatic childhood. Like example, last time we had discussed a book in which we were talking about, sorry, last time in Books and Banters, a lady had seen rape, prostitution and stuff like that, and yet she went on to become a Hollywood star. She had seen so much violence. Okay, so that activation may not have happened, right? But the thing is, it was on her. She made the best out of those situations. In the same way, I don't know if you know about that murderer. His name is Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer actually had something as a child.
Where is Sakshi?
She got
I was going to fight now. Why she left?
Alvia, how much time does she have left?
She completed 2 minutes 45 seconds.
Okay. She has 2.5 minutes more.
Yeah.
Don't see her. So what do you suggest? We move on to closing or we wait for her to join?
Let's wait for her.
Let me call and check.
Why don't you give her a call and check with her?
Okay.
Who's joining back?
She's trying to join back. I think her phone is busy.
I had a
Probably
confusion
she
about
got a
whether
call.
he is for the topic or against the topic. Oh,
We will leave that to the audience to decide.
She's not picking the call.
Well, somebody grabbed her by the neck that suddenly she went.
With Sakshi, anything is possible.
I think we should give her this minute later when she comes and maybe proceed so that we don't.
I think she's here. Sakshi, are you back?
Yes, I'm here. I swear I was not copying. I have my own.
Can
How
you
many
start
minutes
your
do I have?
video so I can spotlight you?
Yes. How many minutes do I have left timer?
You are halfway through. It means 2 minutes 45 seconds finished. So you have more.
Okay.
You are 30.
So I was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, he was someone who actually went to university, got a degree, had a good child. I wouldn't say the best childhood, but did have a depressing childhood. He still did university and did not do a thing until then. And then he went out doing a spree. So, what I'm trying to say is that external influences do matter a lot, but it also depends on how does one perceive those. Like example, I have a chronic disease. I could have looked at other people and been like, my life is a waste. Why are these people leaving? I could have gone out and done murders when I saw those people enjoying their life. No, I did not do that. Right now, what I'm trying to say is please focus on this fact that I'm not talking about people who genuinely have a chemical impairment in their brain, which, based on medical study, is actually very less, around 20% or less out of the 100% of the population. So, rest definitely is by external factors. So, to say that murderers are definitely born based on such a low stat, I don't think it's fair. So, with that being said, I would still stand by my stance that murderers are definitely made. what makes them are their external influences and how they perceive. They can choose to either just go with the flow and kill people or to actually come out and become better. That is it from my side.
All right, we've heard both arguments. Now let's hear the closing. Let's hear what Toastmaster Salma has to say in her closing statement. Toastmaster Salma, your 3 minutes start now.
Can we shift to the other speaker because my laptop is just closing and I'm charging it. Give me just the 3 minutes of the other speaker.
Because she has to respond to you, so it can't work that way.
Wait. Hold on.
No cheating, Salma. Yalla.
Okay. So I have 3 things to close with it. Let me just reply to my beloved team, the against. I mean the one who's thinking that they are. Oh my God. Okay. Scientific evidence clearly, ya habibti, shows that 50%, 55%, it shows that it's not at all inherited, gained through environmental factors or other factors that they are facing, whether it's violence or whatever. Okay, this is first. Second, not an excuse, but an explanation that I would like to clarify. Recognizing biology doesn't absolve anyone of responsibility. Instead, it explains why some individuals have extreme violence. And having this knowledge would save us from further things that may happen in the future. You are saying that biology is not important, or biology states that 20% only of people that they are having this kind of inherited gene or problem in MAOA gene. But let me tell you, the strong rule of biology research consistently shows that about 50 to 55% of the risk for violent behavior is inherited. And according to this, childhood trauma or social stress is less likely to produce murders without this underlying biological risk. So in summary, if I would like to tell you something, just to conclude this from my side, murders are in many cases born with a biological predisposition that makes violent behavior more likely. Recognizing them or this fact does not excuse crime, but it equips us with the knowledge to prevent it, or to prevent anything that may happen in the future, and make even justice smarter and more human. Thank you. This is all from my side.
Thank you so much, Salma. Let's hear from Sakshi, who will conclude the debate with her closing statement. Sakshi, you have 3 minutes.
Actually, I believe my worthy opponent wants us to win. Because she herself has stated that this leads to violence, right? But I don't think she has stated it anywhere that it leads to murder. That's the topic of the debate, right? Transitioning or or actually advocating for the fact that people are actually born murderers, right? So I think she herself stated that biology, first of all, I am not ignoring it. I completely accept the fact that there are people that need support, right? But that gene that she's talking about, that definitely paves ways for violence and not murder, right? So I agree that there is a 50% chance. That's why I said lesser than 20% people are actually capable of murdering and not violence. So first, please take note of that. Second of all, there is one thing that I would like to agree with on my worthy opponent, which is the fact that recognizing behaviors that pave way for murder need to be treated separately. That is, if you have recognized these behaviors, please get into therapy. Please have facilities that can actually isolate those people and yet train them in a way to not be harm for society. So, with that being said, I would still like to stand by my stance based on the data that less than 20% people actually turn into murderers, right? Those people can become violent. However, childhood triggers and one's own way of understanding things definitely paves way for them to become murderers. And lastly, if you have identified somebody, please take them into a separate facility and train them to become better. However, leaving them open in the society just based on the fact that, okay, they have some chemical impairment is highly dangerous. That's how I close my case. Thank you, my worthy opponent. The rest of the team, that is it.
Let's have a huge round of applause for our powerful speakers, each presenting their case superbly, so strongly. I'm so controlling myself in sharing my thoughts. Let's hear from our audience what they think. Audience, it's now time to vote. I'm going to launch the poll and you will be required to decide who is going to win today. And please consider, and I'm leaving the criteria in the chat, the clarity of arguments, the strength of rebuttals, delivery and persuasion, and the overall impact. Keep all of these in mind and let's see who has made their case today. All right, I think 9 of 17 have answered so far. We need at least, yes, 14 of 17, 15 of 17. I think one more because I'm not voting. None? All right. I think I will end because we have 88%. And the winner is Murderers Are Made. Thank you so much.
I love this. Can we keep doing it each meeting?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much, our worthy speakers, I would say. It was a fantastic discussion. We thoroughly enjoyed it. And audience, if you enjoyed that, let's have those emojis coming in right now. I need to see the screen full of hearts, full of rockets, full of applause. Just appreciating the fantastic show that our speakers put on today. With that,
I think Amina, in this case, as a moderator, next time when we're doing the debate, all the speakers in the team should be given an equal opportunity for rebuttal. And also, it should be vice versa because we have started it and they have the points to encounter. So ideally, it should be also, we should turn back and they should start and we should be able to do. And then next round could be we'll start and they should go to the encounter rebuttal. So that way, it's an equal opportunity to encounter the.
We can
Actually,
try
that is the way. First, opening, both team will speak. Then the first, for example, here Toastmaster Dilip spoke first. So Sakshi got that minutes and my 5 minutes also. So the first rebuttal should be from Sakshi, then the other. So that give the rebuttal speaker the time to get the points and point it out. Anyway, this was our first this thing. Also, maybe next one we can have a team of 3. So opening one, rebuttal one, closing one. Then in further
Because
we can
I did not get a
cross-examine
chance
everything.
to give a rebuttal because based on Sakshi's discussion, I have some points to a rebuttal, but since I was not had that opportunity to speak, so I could not make those points.
No worries. We will discuss this offline. We don't have
Amina, Amina, is this the second debate which is on now? I think now we have got a new topic.
We have to move. Let's end the discussion here and continue it on our group chat. and allow the meeting to continue. Thank you very much. And I hand over the control back to our TMOD.
Thank you for all the speakers for the powerful and thought-provoking debate and looking at the perspectives. You gave us that depth, clarity, and strong reasoning to have to this very challenging topic. A huge round of applause to all of them again. Amazing. Moving on to the next segment, that is the table topic. So we have a lady who hails from Mumbai and is in Doha for since 23 years. She is an ex-banker holding an MBA in finance, a TV and film producer by accident. She's a proud mother of three, enjoys traveling, watching Bollywood movies, and Zumba in her free time. She loves visiting Mumbai in the monsoons and believes it rejuvenates her soul. Besides being a better speaker, she is looking for work on listening skills with Toastmasters, and she is also the president of West Bay Club. So, Shehnaz Mirza. Please welcome Shehnaz Mirza. Over to you, Shehnaz.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Samia, for that lovely introduction. And I must say that was a very interesting debate, but I was a little confused which team was for which, because there was some saying opposition, but when they were speaking, so I was a little confused who was for what. But anyways, that was a good debate session going on there. Moving on, this is the session where, for the benefit of the guests, I'll quickly run through what we do now. I'll have some topics thrown across. You will have to answer them like a speech. There'll be an opening, a body, and a conclusion. The time you take is 1 to 2 minutes. 1, you qualify, you need to speak minimum for a minute. 1.5, that's where you're kind of rounding up your thoughts. And 2 is your deadline. So if you go beyond 2, you get 30 seconds of grace, but try to wrap it up by 2. All right. And okay, I do see somebody's hand raised up. So I believe he's interested in taking up a topic. All right, so we get started. And I was trying to get something out of the theme, because just the theme title, of course, is the title of the book, so that did not give me notes and execution because I haven't read it. But I put down something after listening to what was going around. So I believe Elios, is that what your name is? You're interested in taking up the topic, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. What do you make of it? I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. What do you make of this quote by William Ernest Henley? Over to you.
Yes. Can you hear me, NCV, before I talk?
Yes.
Clear? Hello?
Yes, we can see you.
We can. Go on.
Hello?
We can see you and we can
Yes.
hear
Can
you.
you hear me, NCV?
Yes.
Before I start, it is freezing.
We can.
Okay. Because it is freezing here in my place. Sorry. I'll start. I'm the master of my fate and the captain of my soul. It has been an indwelling in myself for several years. I feel lonely sometimes when in the night. I would like to cry so hard that even my cry can cross stone. But I have faith. I have faith on my God. And I always say to my God, let it be to me what you want it be to me. And also I am the captain of my soul. I always say to my soul, eat well, sleep well, and rest well. Yes, I'm purposely said sleep and rest twice. Because sleep is for the body but rest is for the mental or for the soul. And also eat for the body and eat for the soul. That's why I'm entering this club, the book club. I really love books. Book is like my faith. I read Holy Bible and I feel satisfied just by reading it. And a lot of books changed my life. It feeds my soul. It becomes indwelling in my heart. When I speak, I listen more to those great speakers. And yes, it is based off experience that I have accumulated in those masters. For 5 years, I've spoken a lot, but I listen better now in those masters. And that's how I master my faith. And because that, I become the captain of my soul. Back to you. Namaste.
Thank you. Well done. That was a little tough, but well done. Moving on, I have a simpler one. Shahinaz, my name alike. Would you like to take it up?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Sorry to intervene. I think Seema Farheen had raised her hand before.
Ah, okay. I didn't see. Sorry. Did
Sorry
somebody
for
raise?
this, Shahinaz. Sorry for
Yeah,
this.
no problem. No problem. Serves me.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah,
No,
Seema,
no,
I
I
can't
didn't
see
raise the
you.
hand.
Ah,
No, I didn't raise the hand.
she did. Okay.
Oh, okay, you had raised your hand, by the way. Probably by mistake.
Maybe she was clapping for Elos.
I'm
Okay.
clapping. I'm clapping.
She was clapping. Okay.
It's
All
okay.
right,
It's okay.
Shahinaz. What is one of the biggest virtues that you feel humans should have? What is one of the biggest virtues you feel humans should have? Over to you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So I think the first thing that comes to my mind is one of the words of one of my favorite leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, that says, "It be the change that you wish to see." So right now in this world, I think wherever you look around, war, uh, people dying, children, homeless children, people, orphans, is what surrounds us. So I think compassion would be one virtue that I would like to see around. I think if we all practiced even a little more compassion, the world would be kinder, fairer, and happier place. And that should start at home, within our close circle. And then with that, I guess it should spread around and make the world a better place.
Okay. All right. Well done. Let's give it a big round of applause. Moving on, can I get a volunteer or should I pick? Seema, are you clapping or are you raising your hand? No more. Okay. How about
I'm just clapping, please.
You're just clapping. Okay. How about Shahida? Could you let us know if you'd like to take a question? This one is simpler, don't worry. I'm giving the simple one now. That'll be a tough one later. Shahida or Shabana? Oh, Shabana has a role. Sorry. Shabana is, yes, Shahida. There you are. Okay.
It's okay, Shabana.
No, Shahida. Because Shabana has a role, I believe. She's the listener. She's the listener.
Okay.
Shahida, yes.
Let me ask.
So the question is, it is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Your thoughts?
Good evening, everybody. Let's make it. Let's fake it until it make it. Something like that. I'm not sure about it. I heard something like that. I think it's better to imitate. What did you say?
Is it better to fail in originality? In simple words, is it better to be original or to copy, to be, so the phrase, it's actually a phrase. Is it better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation?
Yeah, I got it. Uh, I think it's better to succeed in imitating. There is something, some words like, uh, let's make it, until it, sorry, let's fake it until it make it, something like that. I think it's better than if we try to get something or to become something, we will be it. After a lot of trying, a lot of effort, we can do it. I believe that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I think we can take one more timer. Yeah. Okay. One more.
Yes, we can take one more.
Anybody up for a question? It's simple, very simple this time. How about Madhu? Madhu is the evaluator, I believe, for the.
No, she's the area
She's not.
director.
Okay.
and
Madhu, are you around?
Director.
I think she's busy. She said she's
What about
attending
our general
multiple meetings.
evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Manzoor?
Okay, Toastmaster
Yes,
TTM
yes.
Mansoor, would you like to take one? She's put you on the pedestal there. Yes, okay. So it should not be easy then, a little tough. Okay. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. This is again a quote, if you know from whom. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Toastmaster Mansoor, your thoughts?
You said it's better to be feared
Than loved
Uh-huh.
if you cannot be both. I mean, both is ideal. You should be feared
Okay.
also, you should be loved also. But it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Your thoughts? This is a study by 18 Renaissance philosopher Machiavelli.
All right. Thank you so very much, Table Topic Master. Shahnaz Abdullah Mirza. It's better to be feared or over being loved or both. Well, you already gave me an option of both. But then indirectly you also said that I have to pick between fear or being loved. But always go for love. Always go for love because, in life, I think that's one emotion that we all need to practice in our life and ensure that we are not feared by any fact that comes our way. Because love is something that can conquer our fears, whatever fear that we have in our life. So I strongly believe that it is better not to fear, if I'm getting it right, but go for the emotion of love over the fear. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. A big round of applause there. I believe time, if we have, we can take one more. Otherwise, we can wrap it up at this. Let me know how are we doing in terms of time.
We are within the time. So if there's any volunteer, we can take
Anybody
one.
else would like to take a question, or we can wrap it up? All right, I believe with that we can wrap it up. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Shahnaz, for that amazing questions and topics, and a huge round of applause for all the volunteers. With this, we reach our last segment of the meeting, that is the general evaluation. We will hear valuable feedback that will help us grow. Leading this segment today is by DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Mansoor Moiddin. He is a Toastmaster for over 23 years, past district 116 director and district 116 mentor for 2025 to 2026, an entrepreneur and co-author of the Amazon bestseller Decoding Communication. He brings wisdom, wit and energy to everything he does. A true quiz master. He has hosted over 50 major quizzes across the GCC, making learning fun and unforgettable. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and entertained. Please welcome Mansoor Moeddin. Sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Samia. Let me begin with a confession. I had confirmed this role to Amina probably weeks before. And I completely forgot that we are shifting our home in 2 days. A place where we've been living for 9 years, and you can imagine the trauma that I'm going through. Even sitting here while attending the meeting, I could see people walking in and out. And there have been some debates between my wife and the people who came to pick certain things and packing. But more than that debate, I was enjoying the debate that we had in this club, the books and the banter. Now, what I enjoyed, and thank you so very much, Toastmaster Amina, for having me here, because I never thought that a meeting online, which usually I'm not very good fan of, but today I enjoyed every bit of it. Especially, I've got some of my very favorite speakers and leaders. We have Amina, we have Sakshi, we have got Salma, we have got Dilip. I don't think I've listened to others like Sami and a couple of you who have gathered here, but truly an amazing meeting, I would say. I would say the energy, the enthusiasm and the engagement right from beginning, from surgery terms, which was Shakshi Sukhnani, to the president, to the toastmaster, to the debaters, to the moderators, to the table topic master, to the table topic participants. That indwelling spirit of learning was obvious through the meeting. Thank you so very much once again, Amina, and thank you so very much to the members of this club. Let me begin with the evaluation. We only had one speaker today, first and lone speaker. Again, one of my favorites, Toastmaster Shakshi Sukhnani, which I've often mentioned whenever I listen to her or watch her perform on stage. Her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Seema Farheen, who I thought was raising her hand when she was trying to clap for every single word that's been uttered today. She's a computer science engineer by education, deeply passionate about baking, traveling, and embracing new experiences. She says joining Toastmasters has helped her grow to a confident speaker. She was honored to be recognized with the Smart Secretary Award, wow, and the prestigious Triple Crown Award for the year 2025. She believes that nothing can stop a woman who desires to achieve. And that applies for men as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a virtual thunderous round of applause to Toastmaster Seema Farheen, our evaluator, to give a feedback to favorite speaker, Shakshi Sukhnani.
Thank you, G. Thank you, General Evaluator, for the warm welcome. Thank you, my star speaker, for sharing your icebreaker speech. The title, Perhaps Knew Me. I must say honestly that when I had seen 3 years ago the baby girl, the university student who came for the role player as a timer, sitting and doing his role and simply not uttering a word and going back. But this year and the last year, whenever I attend the meeting, Shakshi Sukhnani, Shakshi Sukhnani, Shakshi Sukhnani. Oh my God, in every meeting, Shakshi Sukhnani. The title, I must say, not the name, right? And you're growing everywhere, Shakshi. Congratulations for that. You're a great speaker, you're a great leader, and a great debater. That I came today as you are a debater also. The speech is so simple and honesty in your speech. The title itself says the old you and the new you, which gave a speech a clear structure to us. It's an icebreaker speech, your transition from baby to corporate woman, shade growth and self-awareness. You openly express nervousness while presenting a debate with two professors and one doctor. You maintain clear body structure with a clear delivery, I must say, the body language. You know how to perform on screen. So you presented well in the center with your hand gesture with two corporate boss. That's a very great thing to deliver a speech online with a hand gesture. You maintain a clear body language with eye contact by looking everyone on the screen. The speech is very good. I like the honesty of the speech. But I must say only a one area of improvement needed. As you know, this is an icebreaker speech. So I must think that means we need a structure that you have presented a very clear way. No need for the personal message also. But I must say your structure is clear. The title itself says the perhaps new me. But I would say what change you have done. As you have said, you conquered the fear, the baby till the corporate woman. But one example that what change you have done. This is only the one improvement I want you to change. Overall, your speech is very good, wonderful structure, clear body language. You step outside from your comfort zone and old you within a new you. Shakshi Sukhnani. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Seema Farhina. A general evaluator role is also to evaluate the evaluator. And today, I must say this, Toastmaster Seema Farhin, you proved that you're skilled in evaluating a person. You proved that you're focused in giving suggestions and picking up the positive side of a speech. Now, I said skilled and focused. There's something that you can relate to these two words, skilled and focused. Can you tell me, Seema Farhin?
Focused, I must say that focused is being when the reader is presenting.
Don't get confused. Like the topics that were given by a table topic master. Seema Farhin, SF. That's why I said skilled and focused. That's it, very simple. And
so
the
this is the compliment from your side?
Yeah, it's a compliment. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
See,
Thank you.
Seema Farhin, because people call me MM for my name Manzoor Mohiddin, so I call you SF. And instead of Seema Farhin, I say skilled and focused. Now, I always mention about this little girl, Shakshi Sukhnani, SS. SS stands for
got it.
The stainless steel, which is a polished version of the steel and shining through. So, thank you so much for that beautiful speech delivered to the audience.
So much.
Now, we had...
Thank you for the compliment.
My pleasure. We had few of our Toastmasters who helped us with certain roles. First, I think I'll begin. I'm not sure, Salma, if you were into the role of accounter, you were missing when you were called.
I have done my role, ready to give my report.
Oh, really? Okay. Yet another SS. The stainless steel, I would say, a very polished and shining star. Salma, we'll listen to you as the accounter.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you have enjoyed so far this meeting. I have a few people here who have used the fellow words. Let's say, first we have Seema Farhin. You used so 5 times. Distinguished Toastmaster Manzoor, 3 times. Dilip, 27 times. Amina, will, 3 times. Samia, 14 times. That's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Well, that is yet another SS. Sincerity and steadfastness in whatever she had to mention. And I was wondering, I've spoken only 12 words, and she says I've already used 7 pause fillers. But then I like that. Thank you so very much. Next, we have our Chaima Alvia Yusuf. Alvia, please make us aware about the timing taken by all our speakers this evening by your youthfulness, AY.
Thank you so much, DTM Mansoor. It's lovely to see you after such a long time. We started the meeting on time at 7 o'clock by surge of arm. Our speaker, she was on time. She took 6 minutes, 24 seconds. Our debate session started at 7 minutes, 39 seconds, and it was within the time limit of 24 minutes in total, where each speaker were within the time limit. Dilip took 5 minutes, 4 seconds. Toastmaster Nisha took 5 minutes. Toastmaster Salma, 4 minutes, 1 second. Toastmaster Sakshi, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. The closing done by Toastmaster Salma was 2 minutes, 1 second. And closing by Toastmaster Sakshi was 2 minutes, 12 seconds. Our table topic the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Elios took 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Toastmaster Shahinaz took 55 seconds, which she is disqualified. Toastmaster Shahida, she took 1 minute, she took 1 minute. And Toastmaster DTM Manzoor, you took 55 seconds. It means you're also disqualified as a table topic speaker. And our evaluator, she took 3 minutes, 15 seconds. That's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so very much, Alvia Yusuf. As I mentioned initially, you made an awareness about the timing taken by all of us. Now, the next role player, we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Amber Arif, or double A. Now, I've been watching her. It's like a double A battery, probably, like a triple A battery. So here you go, Amber.
Amber. Thank you, sir. Thank you, DTM Manzoor. Good evening again. It was a pleasure to listen to the rich language used by all our Toastmasters throughout the meeting. The word of the day was not used by any speaker today. That is absolutely fine. I encourage everyone to try using it in our upcoming meeting. And I would like to appreciate some beautiful phrases, powerful words. Our first speaker opened with creative lines, such catchy lines. Old me was good, new me is better edition. And I am the baby of Toastmasters. Our second speaker used a strong vocabulary, impulse control, savior, aggression, trauma, and abundant neurological activity. Our third speaker is express deep emotions subjected to trauma. Where is that stability? His emotions, silent cries for help. We create a monster. Third speaker that is sheer scientific expressions such as brain chemistry, control brain, dopamine, and growing up in trauma. Environment may trigger it, through environment alone is insufficient. Area of improvements is very few. In few places, I think article like A and the were missing. There are minor points, and with practice, we will grow stronger and more polished. Overall, it was beautifully expressive meeting filled with creativity, confidence, and indwelling enthusiasm. Thank you. Over to you, sir. Toastmaster Manzoor, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, double A, for the evening. She ensured that she also used the word of the day towards the end. Excellent. Now, our fourth and final role player who supported this meeting is Toastmaster Shabana Rafi, who was the listener. Now let's listen to Toastmaster Shabana Rafi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manzoor. What a great meeting today. Really enjoyed the debates. Really great meeting. So congrats to all of you. So just want to check on how many of you are paying attention when all this was going on. The first question I have is, which is the part of the brain that is responsible for governing violence?
Is it the amygdala? I think.
Prefrontal lobes.
Yes.
Something like.
Yes. Anybody else? Anybody else wants to expand on that? No? Okay. Should I give the answer?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the prefrontal cortex, PFC, that's responsible for governing violence and lack of impulse control. Going on the same vein, what is the gene that is responsible for aggression? This was used several times. The gene that is responsible for aggression.
MO.
MAMO.
Yes. MAOA. I hope I'm
OA,
correct.
OA, yeah.
MAOA, also called the warrior gene. Okay. Also, what is the percentage of people exempted from death sentence based on insanity? The percentage of people exempted from death sentence after a murder based on insanity.
1%.
Correct. Do we have time for more? I mean, I'm not sure how many I'm supposed to do.
We can take a couple of more, I think.
Oh. There
She's
was a
having
murder.
papers. I have seen papers.
But I can write down. No, I need to ask questions. Okay. Who was the murderer that Sakshi referenced in her statement?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
And the percentage of murderers based purely on genetic predisposition?
55%.
Who was that? I didn't get that answer.
55%.
Yes.
20%.
And what does Sakshi do for a living? What is her occupation? Mr. BDC.
Financial analyst.
Finance analyst.
And what are the apps that she learned at university and only now got a chance to use?
Excel and Notion.
Excel.
Good. I think everybody's paying attention from what I can see. I think we have the debaters to thank for that. It was also exciting. Nobody wanted to, it was like a thriller movie at some point. Nobody wanted to miss even a minute of it. I didn't want to take a break even for half a minute. So really great. Thank you so much for giving me the chance, Amina, Toastmaster Amina.
Thank you so very much, our listener, Toastmaster Shabana Arif. Yeah, you've done this job. Shabana?
Rafi.
Rafi, okay, yeah, okay. So it's SR, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think, you've done this job with a lot of sincerity, And I really appreciate. And the next, I think we're done with all the role plays. Now, I think I'll quickly run through the meeting as it is. We started the meeting well on time by the Surgeon at Arms. What a start, I would say. And the way she introduced the president, everything was well done with a lot of grace. And then we had the presiding officer. I would really want to appreciate Amina Khanum, AK. We usually use this abbreviation for AK-47. That's very powerful. And but then Amina, I've known her for many years. She's a very poised, very polished leader and a communicator. Not the AK-47, but I can't find another, expansion for the AK for the time being. She stepped in when she found that Salma, who's the president, she's been driving. I think she immediately stepped in and she said, okay. She, in fact, sent a message in the group, which Sakshi missed. Since she was busy with her role as the Surgeon at Arms, she pitched in and stepped in as the presiding officer, which I really appreciate, because not many people do that. People get panic thinking what to do, sending message or calling. So you stepped in and you brought a lot of interesting things, especially the newsletter with a lot of facts that we had to, understand, and the way you invited guests and even the area director and area director Toastmaster Madhu Uppal. You made the best of your time as the area director address. You spoke about your role as the area director. You also spoke about what a club should be doing, even mentioned about the moments of truth. And I like the way you encouraged all members to use smileys and emojis, Amina Khanum. So, I think that's probably one reason about 14 people are still here. We wanted to see more of those, and even the guests while introduction, I'm sure they felt nice the way they have been invited. Now, next, we had our Toastmaster of the day who came to picture. The theme, the way she introduced the book, with the pace that she used, with the passion that was expressive, and with the precision. Now, I felt like flipping through the pages of that book, and even the posture that she had, even despite being an online meeting, I would really appreciate the way you carried the meeting, Toastmaster of the day. Samia. There we had the debate, which was so very well and professionally moderated by Toastmaster Amina Khanum. Now, at times, I felt that all these four people sat together and prepared the script. So flawless. But then the fact is, they were all good debaters. And I was slipping from one mind to another. When Dilip spoke, I was so convinced. Then came the next speaker, Nisha. Then came Sakshi. Then came Amina. And I was with all these four people who spoke today. And I was agreeing to what Dilip said, what Sakshi said, what Nisha said, what Salman said. Now that proves how good debaters are, all four of you. And the way it was moderated, Amina, I thoroughly enjoyed. I see something in you, an Arthur Conan Doyle in all four of you, and the moderator, and the way you were rebutting the points very diplomatically, not hurting others' feeling, not very diplomatic. It was done, so very well done. Now, I loved some general comments I would like to mention is the virtual background that had the word of the day, the book cover, and the club's name. Table topic master, excellent pick of impromptu topics, varied, and you ensured that you invited all the people who did not have a role except me. But I told you, I was squint, like one of my eye was looking at the people who are walking out of my home. The other eye was here, same my ear as well. Now, I'd like to highlight few things that I want you to consider in the upcoming meetings. To the president or the presiding officer, mention about Toastmasters international history and the founder, Dr. Alcius Midley, no matter, even if you have spoken about him even half an hour before, but at the Toastmasters meeting, it's imperative that we remind ourselves as the members so that we feel proud being part of an organization which is 100 years old. And of course, you mentioned about all the other facts in the newsletter, but always mention about the founder and the history of Toastmasters International. Timer, follow the agenda and show the timing for everyone who would be speaking today, including the Surgeon Dams, with the president. I felt the president in the agenda was supposed to conclude within 5 minutes, or the presiding officer, but she herself took about 12 minutes. Well, she had some reason, introducing the newsletter and inviting the guests. And the timer, whoever will be taking the role in the future next meetings, please make sure you display the timings while you explain. And a better planning of agenda had to be considered. We were about 23 minutes delayed the moment we reached the debate. And also, about 8 to 10 minutes for the president. So if this was the case, you had to have 25 minutes for the debate. Either you skip the table topics or the speaker, and make the debate keep the main thing. And I'm not sure if we have the Toastmasters logo on the virtual background. If not, please consider having that, because Amina, I know for sure she is one who advocates for branding guidelines. She always mentions that, logo has to be there, logo has to be there, logo has to be there. But then, it happens. And 8:15 is when I was supposed to start my general evaluation, is when the table topics began. So in these cases, I know Shahnaz has come with a lot of enthusiasm and preparation, but it's for the presiding officer, with the consent of the next role player, to adjust the timing and the agenda, to skip table topics if required. Now, I'm sure she would understand, even if not Shahnaz, whoever the table topic master would be. So you need to adjust, because table talk, I think it is the timer who was mentioning in the beginning that Toastmasters meeting is one platform where we value and respect the time of every single person attending this meeting. So that's it from me. Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Amina Khanum, for inviting me. Now, next time, if anyone wishes to invite me for any event, make sure you check with me if I have some plans to shift my home or not, or something big that happens at my home. And though I wish to stay back, I'm being summoned to be with them. So please excuse me, but I thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. Especially, thank you. I would like to thank both E.T., and he himself mentioned he's not extraterrestrial, he's Helios. Theophilus, his name, and Dilip, to give me a company of men among all these beautiful and amazing and wonderful ladies. Thank you so much, Dilip and E.T.
So just to
Bye.
let you know, we are a mixed club. Actually, poor Dilip is our sole male member who attends, and Sudhir also is there, but he's away for a while. But yeah, we do have two male members.
Okay. So since
But
Sudhir
we
is
don't do
missing,
any male bashing. But we
I
don't do
know,
any
but I
male
know, but
bashing.
I know, but I know, but then as someone said, I think it was the evaluator's introduction. She spoke about women, but I respect that. So Amina wanted to balance the number of men in your club always. If Sudhir is missing, either Mansoor or E.T. is there. So thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me, watching me. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mohiddin, for your valuable feedback. Before we close,
Sorry to intervene, Samia. This often happens. Moideen is my dad. My name is Mansoor.
Mansur, sorry, got it.
We can
Mansur.
just say MM, DTM MM,
Yes.
M&M.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we close today's meeting, let's take an inspiration from notes on an execution. Every voice matters and every story has power. Speak up, speak your truth, and let your voice be heard. Thank you all for your energy and participation, and see you in the next meeting. This debate leaves us with an indwelling question about the nature of humanity. Are our darkest actions shaped by birth or by the world around us? Over to you, President.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Samia, for this amazing session that you have controlled all over the meeting. This session or this meeting was just unique. I enjoyed every moment. I believe everyone have enjoyed it, whether through the debate or because of Sakshi, her amazing speech that she gave, which I was seriously interested. I came back from outside. I was changing my clothes and I literally wanted to hear her speech. I couldn't close the phone or get disconnected, but she is amazing. And for the debate, the idea behind this debate was Dilip. So thank you so much for introducing this idea, Dilip. It was amazing. It made this meeting really different, and the interaction is just wow. So I would love, before we close, to also thank Toastmaster Madhu, our Area 17 director, for coming, showing, and be part of this meeting till the end. I just would like to hear from her side how you feel about Books and Banter Club. This is your first time to attend. So what do you think and how you felt? so far until now.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for this wonderful experience. I would say that it was different and unique. I enjoyed every bit of those debate table topics and the speeches. It was quite different. Thank you so much, and it's really inspiring to see the way you are blending, this entire experience with the genuine enthusiasm, which is different and unique. So I look forward to building a great partnership with all of you to support your goals, support your club, and wishing everyone engaging as well as enriching meetings ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhu, for joining. And also, I would love to hear from Toastmaster Elias T. He joined from another district, I believe. Am I right?
Yes, you are right because women always right. Hello.
So just let me know how you felt so far and how you've got to know about our meeting and our club.
Yeah, I think I got your co-op invitation on the Facebook group for the official one. Yes, yeah, I think you posted there, so I got it. And sorry, it is now it's 1 a.m. here in Indonesia.
Oh my
So you
God,
can,
that much
yeah,
enthusiastic you are.
you can see me like I'm a ghost, but
I
yes,
can see a
I
ghost
hope
coming
that.
out of the screen right now. So just
So
very
yes, I
fast,
hope.
how you felt about this meeting and this club so far?
Yes, it's enjoyable meeting. I love the debate. It is so good, and I enjoying every people are interacting, and also I think in debate we can also have like open debate, right? So for those people who want to answer, they are for or against, they can give some of their reaction of the topic. I think that's my feedback, and also I really love so many women here, and I feel empowered by the women. Usually it is the women that need to be empowered, but now I feel empowered by the women. Thank you, and I really love the vibes itself. Yeah, warm and the hospitality very good. Yes, because we are in the right hand. Yes, women is always good in hospitality. Thank you. I think I just need to food because women also good at the food or the cooking. I think the only one thing that I miss is only the food. Yes. Now I need to grab some snacks before I sleep. Just kidding. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elias. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And really happy to have you among us tonight. So before I adjourn our meeting, I would love to ask Toastmaster Manzoor. Can you hear me? Toastmaster Manzoor, please leave the man who's running inside your house and just, I need your attention for 1 minute.
Thank you so much. Sorry, you want me to leave? I didn't get you.
No, I don't want you to leave. I want you to hear me.
Okay, now wait. No, I was actually busy discussing. Some of you know my wife, Bina Mansoor, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, she wants to say something about the meeting. She was busy packing. She was busy with the people who came for, shifting our stuff. But she wants to say something. Bina, please.
Yes, definitely,
Yes,
please.
please.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum, ladies.
Walaikum
Alaikum
assalam.
salam.
And gentlemen. Yeah. Okay. I was listening to all that was happening as I was working here, and amazing speeches. The way your language is flowing, mashallah. Really impressed with the whole meeting.
Debate also, right?
And the debate, everything I heard. I couldn't. I really enjoyed. Though I was not officially there, I was attending the whole meeting. Thank you so
Wow.
much. Keep shining.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. So happy to hear this feedback. Okay, distinguished Toastmaster Manzoor, before I adjourn meeting number 5 of Books and Banter, I would like to invite you to give us a training session or education module, because right now I was really surprised that we have among us the best Amazon bestseller book, which you is the author of it. So I was really surprised, and I would really love you to give us a training or education module, whether how to pick the right book or how to write a book even, because I believe those who are interested in reading books are also, maybe some of them may be interested in writing books or understanding how to write, how to craft the right book, how to target the right speaker and right people according to the idea you have. So our upcoming meeting will be in 22nd December. So please, all of you, note this. And I would love to have you with us, but not as a general evaluator, but to give education module.
Thank you, Salma. Salma, I'm not very sure, but I might travel during those days because it's holiday season. We are planning our holiday. Otherwise, in January, I show that I'll do a session. But on a very lighter note, God forbid the COVID doesn't come back. But COVID was one of the reasons that I ventured into authoring a book because we had nothing else to do. And one of the other Toastmasters, DTM Girish Jain, both of us, who is also a member of Doha Toastmasters. I mean, he's my neighbor. We stay in Tumama. But nothing else to do for about 1.5 months during that lockdown. So we sat down and we authored the book. But you don't need such reasons like COVID. And I've actually guided many people who have ventured into this. So, I mean, who have been, who succeeded in authoring book. I'll definitely do my best and share whatever I have learned during the process of, authoring and releasing book. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Manzoor. So definitely we will wait for your session, inshallah, on January. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing meeting. And by this, I adjourn meeting number 5 of Books and Banter. Good night, all. I love you all.
Good night.
Good night.